The morning sun had barely risen over the misty back road of Millersfield when Laura Thompson, a retired nurse, took her usual walk with her thermos of coffee and camera in hand. Nature was her escape, but that morning, something felt different. The air was heavy, and a soft, whining sound echoed through the silence. She stopped. There, at the edge of a broken trail near a culvert, stood two small German shepherd puppies. Dirty, trembling, ribs faintly visible beneath matted fur. They looked no more than 8 weeks old. Their tiny paws were scraped, their eyes wide with fear, and yet, they were inching toward her. One puppy barked weakly, the other simply stared, as if begging. Laura knelt down slowly, unsure if they were feral or sick. But instead of running, the puppies approached, not for food, not for attention, but with urgency. One tugged at her pant leg. The other turned back toward the trail and looked at her, pleadingly. It was as if they were asking her to follow. With her heart pounding, Laura followed the pups. They led her through brambles and twisted branches, deeper into the woods than she had ever gone. 10 minutes in, the smell hit her. Rot, rust, blood. Her breath caught as she saw it. A makeshift crate, broken open, with chewed rope and a blood-stained cloth. Nearby, a third puppy, barely breathing, lay hidden beneath a bush. Its leg was twisted unnaturally, its eyes fluttering with pain. Laura's hands trembled. She dropped her thermos and ripped off her jacket to lift the injured pup. The two other puppies nuzzled against their sibling, whimpering. The sight broke her. These babies weren't just abandoned. They had been dumped and left to die. Laura didn't hesitate. She rushed to her truck with all 3 puppies, breaking speed limits to reach the local veterinary clinic. Dr. Hayes, the town's only vet, took one look and called for emergency care. The injured pup needed surgery. A shattered femur, infections, dehydration. It was a miracle it was still alive. The other 2 refused to leave their sibling's side, even as the IVs dripped and soft whimpers echoed through the clinic. Laura sat there, hours passing like seconds. The town had seen stray dogs before, but never anything like this. Never a plea for help so intentional. These pups had chosen her. The vet later confirmed. The pups had been tied and beaten. One had a healed-over burn mark, likely from being used as bait. It wasn't just neglect, it was cruelty. Laura cried that night, holding the smallest one in her lap, whispering that they were safe now, that no one would hurt them again. Weeks passed. The injured pup, now named Leo, began to walk again. The other 2, Sasha and Bruno, blossomed with care and playfulness. They followed Laura everywhere, especially Leo, who had grown into a quiet, noble soul. Laura's story soon reached social media. The photos of the puppies, especially their first day of rescue, went viral. People from around the country donated to cover vet bills, food, and even a new kennel Laura built beside her home. Schools invited her to speak about animal rescue. Children sent drawings and letters. One note from a 9-year-old read, "Thank you for saving the dogs. I want to be kind like you." A week after Leo began walking again, the police followed a tip from a man who had seen Laura's Facebook post. A nearby property, already under suspicion for dogfighting, was raided. Dozens of animals were rescued. The perpetrators were arrested. It turned out Leo and his siblings had escaped something far darker than anyone had imagined. They weren't just lost, they were survivors of something horrific. And they had led Laura back to the place where it all started. Her act of kindness exposed a ring of abuse, and it started with 2 pleading puppies on a quiet road. Today, Leo, Sasha, and Bruno live with Laura. 3 German shepherds who greet her every morning with tails wagging and eyes full of gratitude. People still stop her on walks, recognizing them. And she always smiles and says the same thing. "They saved each other, I just followed."